The Clearwater Summer Essentials pattern. This is the new kids version that is going to be available coming this weekend. We already have a ladies version that is currently available. We're doing a special deal coming this weekend. So in honor of that little promotion that's going on, I thought that I would take a second to show everybody how we assemble a pattern and how we put this all together. My typical way to put patterns together is to use a large format print. And we have a large format printer here at the Love Notions workshop. And I typically just get one of those big long sheets and am able to cut out right from there. But most people who are at home sewists use the print at home version, which is just a bunch of sheets of paper that you tile together to make up your pattern pieces. And that's how I started sewing, and it's a pretty solid method. There's other methods too, like using a projector, but I didn't have access to the large format printer today, and so I thought that I would just come on here and show you how I assemble, just the regular old school way, tiling up all these pages and putting them together. Like I said, I'm making the girls' Clearwater swimsuit, which is going to be coming out this weekend. I can't tell you how excited I am to sew this up for my little girl. Should I show you? Let me show you the fabric I'm using for her. Hold on. So here's the swim fabric. I know sewing with swim can be kind of like intimidating. It kind of feels scary to sew with swim, but I got this really great swim fabric, and my little girl loves orange. I know that's kind of like specific for a little girl. Typically you would think like pink, I guess, but she is all about orange and loves everything orange. So I think these cute little oranges will be great for her. I still haven't decided what I want to do as far as the options go. So I thought I would just like take you behind the scenes here so that you can see my process. Most of the time when I'm sewing, I don't really have like a set plan, but I have like an inkling of where I want to go, but that's kind of the fun of sewing, I think. So the Clearwater Summer Essentials pattern that will be available for girls soon, or for kids soon, it includes a swim dress, or like an athletic dress version, and it's just all the same options that you get with the adult size version, so just in mini version. So there's a swim dress. It has like a little built-in shelf bra, I guess, and it also has a little top, a tankini top, and this is all like lined. It has briefs, and then it has these cute little biker shorts. So I still don't know what I'm gonna make yet. If I'm gonna do like the dress, I could see her going to like summer camp and just living in this little athletic dress, and with the pool and all of that stuff. I can just see her getting so much use out of this. So I don't know, if you have some suggestions about what you think would be great with this particular fabric, please let me know, because I actually have kind of a lot of it, so I almost could make like one of every piece with it, but we'll see what happens. So I'm just gonna put this to the side and then just go through my process, and I am just gonna tile out these pages. I just use regular Scotch tape. Some people use like glue sticks. Some people take these and put them up on like a window, but you could do it however you like to. Like I said, my personal preference is usually to do a large format print, and that's why I love our new printed patterns that we have. And actually what I'm wearing right now is the Melody dolman, and let me show you what we have for that. So if you're like me and you like to have the printed out version of the pattern where you don't have to do any of the printing yourself and you just want those large format sheets ready to go, I really suggest grabbing the printed pattern that we have available on the Love Notions website. This is a pretty awesome way to grab your pattern and get sewing right away without having to do like all of this like arts and crafts here. So the printed patterns, like they said, this is the Melody Dolman pattern. I think it's a really nice beginner friendly, easy pattern. It's woven and you get this cute little booklet. And then you get the large format sheets that are just like all completely ready to go. I like to highlight the lines and then cut out from there. And so this is a really nice option. This little booklet, I like to just keep at my sewing machine with me. But this is kind of like a new thing that we just started doing at Love Notions based on popular demand. And people have been loving them. I actually just had to restock a bunch of the Lennox pattern today because it's completely sold out of what we had made up already. So people have been really liking those. So if you are interested, the Melody Dolman is available in printed pattern. And you also get, and I don't know if everybody does this, tell me if everybody does this, but from what I can tell, people don't. You get both the digital version of the pattern as well as this printed version of the pattern with our process. So I'm just gonna put my head down, get to work, and tile this all together. And if you have any questions, let me know. Back when Tammy, the owner of Love Notions, started, Facebook, like going live on Facebook was like a very, very common thing to do. And she would go live every once in a while, and that has always really scared me. So this is actually my first time ever going live, so I'm like a little nervous, but usually people who are sewing on it in this community, people who sew with Love Notions, they're usually pretty great. So I'm not too worried about you guys being mean, but feel free to leave a comment or ask a question if you have one. Yeah, you might want to pause your fall sewing because swim is like the thing right now. Feels like temperature today in the Chicagoland area was 107. So yeah, I'm gonna wanna be getting into the pool. But by the way, a bunch of people asked this today. I posted like a reel on Instagram for this. Well, I was just kind of like previewing, like sneak peeking what we're doing for the new pattern. And I had just given like a real quick look at this little book that we have. We took it to Sew Expo this year, and it's our lookbook, which has all of like the patterns that we have along with their like line drawings and then like their fabric requirements. We had so many people ask, like, can we sell these books? So I don't know, it'd be kind of fun if we like put out a link for those. And maybe you could like make your own and put your own pictures in there, but we just use Canva. It was really easy. Oh, I'm glad, Rachel, I'm glad this is gonna be helpful. You know, you said you haven't printed all your purchases yet. I can't tell you how many times we get that comment of, like, I bought this pattern, I knew I wanted it, but I haven't actually printed it out yet. Like, that's so common, so real. So I hope that you do. I hope that people aren't just buying patterns to, you know, have them, but I hope they get to use them, because that's the real fun part. And I know I can't wait for my daughter to wear this one, because you know, it's special when you get to like pick out the fabric and you get to give them exactly what they want. It's like one thing sewing for yourself, but then when you get to sew for like your little one and they're so excited and happy, that's pretty fun. That is very rewarding. It's like a mom win for sure. But I have to be honest that like sewing for myself is actually like I very much love sewing for myself. Probably because I don't tend to grow out of things as quickly as my kids do. So that can be kind of frustrating that you know, put things together and then they grow out of it. But I always love to have the reaction of like, oh my goodness, Mom, you sewed this? I can't believe that you made this. And like, you know, my friends can't believe that my mom can sew. I don't know. I guess it's kind of like not as common for people to sew. Well, obviously it's not as common for people to sew anymore, but it's a pretty cool little superpower. Oh, what kind of muslin did you get? Or what kind of project did you have in mind to use that muslin for? Was it just like a general muslin? Or did you get like fashion fabric or? Yeah, you definitely need to get it printed out, tile it, get going. Hey Chris, how are you? Chris, I have been obsessing over your tester pictures for like cover, I think, maybe? So good. And everybody make sure that you check back on Friday because Chris from Unsocial, if you haven't followed her, you need to follow her. Chris lives near the beach, and she is such a fabulous sewist, and she's been an ambassador for Love Notions for I guess a couple years now. And she just is so creative and so like just everything she makes is like vibrant and beautiful. And I really appreciate everything that she puts out there. So if you haven't followed her, her handle is unsocial, you know, at the regular places, YouTube and Instagram, and she's absolutely wonderful. Yay! I was telling Tammy about that today, Chris. I was like, oh, there's been some really good tester pictures for the girls' version of Clearwater, but like, you know, there's something about having like a mommy and me little photo shoot, and your little girl, oh my goodness, she's just gorgeous. And you did a really great job with your swim pieces. I think it really shows off the pattern and what it can do. Oh, so you got like, so Rachel, you got just like a general muslin that could just be used for anything. That's cool. Melody Dolman is a perfect pattern to get, Melody Dolman would be great to use your muslin. It goes with so many different kinds of woven fabric that I think it'll be a great fit for you. I'm staying late at the workshop tonight. Over the summer, I'm just coming in 2 days a week. I just work part-time at Love Notions. This is a good job for us, you know, a person who has, you know, kids and has a lot of like obligations at home. But I wish I could stay here a lot longer than I do. So I told my husband I was going to be a little bit late tonight. Hi from Scotland. Oh, I'm so excited. You're excited for the new pattern. It's gonna be a good one. And like, it's just so hot. I just wanna be in the pool. Like that's all I wanna do. So having some pool time with a really great pattern. I actually wore my version of Clearwater. I wore it over the weekend. My parents' house, they have a pool. And I wore my swim dress, which is kind of nice. Like if you're a family, you want to be like a little bit, you know, I don't know, just a little more comfortable maybe. And so I wore my Summer Essentials. I wore basically this swim dress right here, and then the briefs with it. I like the briefs because they're like high-waisted, so it's just like kind of like a flattening kind of effect. Like things are kind of like sucked in a little, feel very secure. And so I actually wore this this weekend. My swim is going strong from last year. It usually takes me like no time to put patterns like this together, but I'm like thinking about what's going on the screen. I should just kind of like put my head down and get going. Because it's a very easy process putting this together yourself. And we have like this big workspace here. You can see like we have this big giant table here at the workshop. We actually have 3 tables here. 3 big tables to work things out. And I guess it's like a blessing and a curse to have this space, because when you have more space, you tend to kind of like spread out a little bit more. And maybe that's not always a good idea, because that means you can leave messes. And, you know, I might not be like the most tidy sewist in the world, but I try. That was my New Year's resolution, was that I was going to clean up after every sewing project, that I was gonna like really be good about cleaning up everything. And I think I have like made that effort, like I think I've been successful with that about 4 times maybe, but I've sewn a whole lot more than 4 things. So I gotta be better about that. But with, you know, so much space, it's easy to just kind of leave your things, because you get caught up into the next project. And we've had so many things going on here at Love Notions that you can hardly catch your breath sometimes. So I think I'm gonna do, now that I'm like looking at everything, I think I'm gonna do the dress, the little swim dress or the athletic dress for my daughter. I think that she'll really, really like that. Later this next month, we're going to North Carolina. We go to the Outer Banks, and we go to the beach, and we rent a house with our family, and it is just like the most fun. And I think that it would be nice for her to have some pieces for that specifically. So that's kind of like what's in my head as I'm sewing everything up. Like, where am I gonna use this? Hi, Kathy. Oh, Francis, it's gonna be your first swimwear? Oh, vacation in December. That's fun. Where are you going, Francis? It's so nice to be able to talk to you. I see you all the time in our Facebook support group. It's nice to interact with you here in real time. I hope it's not too late there in Scotland. Hi, Sandy. Nice to see you. Just putting a pattern together. This is kind of in honor of our upcoming release. We're going to be releasing a new girls pattern, and it's coordinating with the ladies version of the Clearwater Summer Essentials, which was just released last year. So I guess Tammy said that it was okay to kind of let the cat out of the bag for our upcoming Feature Friday, just because this is going to be special, and like kind of a release that kind of coordinates with something we've got already going. And then I guess I can also tell you the big news is that we're having a swim sewing course release as well. So I have been sewing swim for, I don't know, maybe like 4 years, and it's kind of intimidating at first, you know, like with the elastic and the lining and like all of the different things. It feels a little scary. And so because of that fear, Tammy thought it might be a good idea to put together a course for it. So that's going to be our new offering as well. So there's kind of like a lot going on this week. So Tammy has been working with one of our other ambassadors, Katie Grimm. You might have seen her around as Made by Kate's. She's wonderful. And she actually contributed to putting the course together, which just turned out beautifully, like so good. So you can also look forward to having that as a new resource. I think I'm gonna stop that one right there. Start a new line. Oh, Francis, that's gonna be fun. Flying to NYC and cruising to the Caribbean. Oh, very nice. That's gonna be wonderful. Oh, yay, Kathy, I'm glad that you're excited about this swim course. I think it's gonna be so useful. Like, Tammy just got it finished, like everything put together, and I think I'm actually gonna sew along with it, just to kind of like check all my bases and, you know, like, sometimes when you're sewing by yourself, you kind of like, if you're sewing with other people, you just like pull in like all of these like new tips and tricks and fun things that can be so helpful for you. And I think that's why a course is just so wonderful, because you're really getting to learn from other people and kind of like learn from their advice and wisdom. And I mean, Katie is just like such an expert, and Tammy with all of the fitting help and all of those pieces kind of coming together with the course, I think it's going to be so hugely helpful for many people who would be too intimidated. And it won't hurt that the pattern is going to be free if you get the course. So you'll get to choose whether you want to get the girls pattern or the ladies pattern for free with your course. And then if you wanted to pick up the other pattern at the special sale price, you could do that too. But you'll be able to get one for free with the course. But I just feel like, you know, sewing can be so, it's like kind of like a hobby or a skill that a lot of times you do on your own and you don't do it with other people. But when you see it being done, you just like pick up all these little things like, oh, she did this thing, or used this tool, or has this technique for putting things together underneath the sewing machine. Like, it's so useful to see how that goes in action. So I'm really excited for people to be able to utilize that course. Yay! Oh, Sandy, I'm glad your granddaughters will love the pattern. You're in Australia. Oh, so in Australia, like, our seasons are flipped, obviously. So, but you know, now might be a really great time to get it all put together. And I actually kind of felt like we were a little late with this pattern release. Like, I think a lot of people sew swim just a little bit earlier than this. So it'll be, you know, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But, you know, some people are a little bit more on the ball with like getting that swim ready earlier. All right, I'm running out of room here. I'm gonna move this stuff over. We have a few ambassadors that live out, live in Australia, and or in a different season time than we are. So we have Megan, who's Sew and Tell Australia, and she's wonderful. And then we also have Karina. I think many people know her. She lives in Brazil, and she is just wonderful. I'm sure if you're on YouTube, you know Karina. And she's just really so valuable as far as like a sewing resource. And so she actually lives in a climate where it's kind of opposite of what we are. So that always makes things a little, you know, complicated. But, you know, everybody lives in different places and has different needs at different times. Oh, I know. She really is awesome, Francis. She really, Amy, I know. She's really, really great. just like so much wisdom. She just says it in such a relatable way. And you know, it doesn't hurt that she just lives in like a beautiful place. And I know she puts so much time and work into her videos and all of the resources that she gives to everybody. So we're just so lucky that we can work with her. And that she likes Love Notions patterns, you know? It's nice. She's been such a great ambassador. I could talk forever about our ambassador team and how wonderful they are. They're all just such bright spots on the internet. I feel like I might cut these soon so I can get some of these pieces out of the way. I kind of just jumped in. I didn't even know I was going to do this until about 10 minutes ago or before I started. And then I was like, maybe this would be fun. I've never done it before. So I didn't really clear everything off the way that I probably should have. It's kind of a mess. But that's okay. Today I worked on adding people to our tester team, kind of went through some of the applications that people had submitted to be on our tester team, which was so cool, just to kind of like look and see what's going on in the sewing world. That was really kind of like a nice thing to do today. And so if you applied to be on our tester team, those invitations are gonna end up going out tomorrow. Our tester team is pretty great because we pay our testers. So if you complete a pattern test with us, whether you're an ambassador or not, you are paid, which I think is, you know, it's good. It's good. We're really thankful for people who test for us. Yes, Dahlia Society. She actually contacted us a couple weeks ago and said that she wanted to stock. She said people couldn't, really wanted to have Love Notions patterns. So if you are in Australia, go take advantage of that. You won't have to, you know, you'll be able to actually get the printed patterns from her. She tested for us for a little while too before the Dahlia kind of took off like crazy. I remember she tested the Lincoln top with us and did some content and just was such a sweet person. I really liked working with her. All right, I gotta clear this space off a little bit. Things are getting out of hand with how much stuff we've got. So I've got some woven fabric here because Tammy just put together the first, I think, one of the first samples of the new Meadowlark hiking pants. I kind of want to show you how cute they are. So let me kind of scooch this stuff off the table here. I like to use a rotary cutter to cut my paper, but I promise this is our paper cutting one. I'm just gonna cut these big pieces here. Hopefully I don't have anything important under here. It's been a while since I have cut out a pattern like on paper or on like a tiled pattern. I am just so used to doing it with the large format prints. But I didn't forget how. It's very easy. Amy, I agree. I am inspired by our ambassador team too. They're pretty amazing. We're very, very, very lucky to have everybody. This pattern has so many options, so that means that there is quite a few pattern pieces. But I think what I'm gonna do is just get these kind of like basically cut out, like just like the big pieces, and then I might save some of the prints for like some of the options for my older daughters. But the one that I'm going to be sewing for today is, she is 6. And she's very tall for her age, but she fits into, I think she fits into the 5T. But I'm going to double check her measurements in a second. I took them this morning. So I'm just going to kind of get these very basically cut out, and then I'll be able to save all the sizes for my older daughters. So, and then I kind of need to decide, am I gonna do shorts, like biker shorts underneath, or am I going to do the briefs, like the little bikini bottoms? And I don't know. I'm not sure which I will do. I kind of feel like I'm gonna do the bottoms, but I could do like these. Maybe what I'll do is does this match? Do these match? Like maybe I'll do like the little briefs with this fabric. And then, like, do you think that matches enough, or does that look weird? I don't know. Because if I did the little dress, like the little athletic dress would be cute, and I could do like biker shorts, which would be so useful. But I could just make everything match. But then is it too matchy? I don't know, there's so many decisions to make. So many options. It's a good thing. But sometimes you get kind of like analysis paralysis too, so. But I definitely think I'm gonna make the dress version, the little athletic dress version. And I think I am gonna do the briefs. Yeah. All right, well. Hi guys, welcome. If you're new to Love Notions, then you are in the right place, because we are, we're here for you no matter what your sewing level is. We have digital patterns, we have courses, we have print patterns that you can get. We have a whole lookbook of all of the options. So if you have any questions, make sure that you reach out. And now it's been about 37 minutes, and my husband is probably like, where are you? I wasn't planning on saying this late today. So just in case you wanted me to reiterate any of the important information, in today's live, I just assembled the print pattern for the new Clearwater Summer Essentials swim pattern. It has an athletic dress with a built-in bra, a bikini top, or just a sports bra kind of top, a tankini, briefs, and biker shorts with these cute little pockets on the side. And there is a ladies version of this swim pattern as well, which is right here. So this is the ladies version. And if you have any questions about the Clearwater, make sure that you look at any of our video tutorials that we have. Just search for Clearwater in the Love Notions account here on YouTube, or you can go to lovenotions.com and get all of the info. The important things that are happening this week is that we are releasing the new girls pattern for this swim Summer Essentials set. We're going to be dropping that at a very special price for the weekend, and we're also celebrating the first ever feature for the Clearwater ladies version. And if you've been around here before, you know that Love Notions does feature a special pattern at a very special over half off price for a very quick sale. And so we're kind of putting that all together. And then the best part is that we're also releasing a swim course, which means that you can learn from the experts on exactly how to sew swim, going step by step through every single instruction. And the tutorial instructions for Love Notions are fabulous, but sometimes it's nice having someone kind of like in real life walk you through so that you can see every single step demonstrated for you, because sewing swim can be kind of intimidating. And so if you purchase the course this weekend, you will be able to get your choice of either the ladies pattern or the girls pattern for free. So that's a special deal that we're running just for this weekend for the release of this new girls swim pattern. And it's like 107 right now. So I need this made, and I need to get outside for my daughter so that she can wear it around and be comfortable all summer long. So thank you so much for joining the live with me. There's actually more people on here than I thought would be because I've never done a live before. If you like this kind of thing, please make sure that you leave a comment or follow up with questions, or let us know what you'd like to see more of from Love Notions. We're always so happy to help sewists find the resources that they need, from patterns to courses to just help. Make sure that you join our Love Notions Pattern Support group on Facebook. It's got tons of help and advice and wonderful people that are wanting you to sew with success. And that's what we want to. So I will see you later. I'm so glad I got to spend a little bit of time with you, and thanks for stopping by. See you later.